Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Facebook fam. Good morning, YouTube fam. Good morning, NFL fam. It is your boy Big Q, and
Vernie B.
this is a TeamBoydTV Game Time week number 9. We're entering. This is the first. We're entering the third quarter of the regular NFL season, right? And again, it's a shame that the season moving so fast. It is weird, like the season seems to be moving extra quickly for me because my team is not really doing all that fantastic,
Right.
right? So it just seemed like I'm a spectator instead of a participant. You know what I mean? That's what it feels like to me, right?
We had a good showing last
I had a
week.
very good showing last week. I thought they looked, kind of like themselves,
Defense was well improved.
Well, I think they looked about 95%, normal last week.
Okay.
And I mean that's a big improvement from the 4 weeks prior, right?
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? So, and that's promising, and I mean I know it's a hard way to go for teams like that going forward with not a whole lot of games left. So you got about 8 games left. Carolina still got a shot if they can pull a 2013 move, if they can run the table for the rest of the season. And it was a big debate on Team Boyd TV Live last week whether or not Carolina could actually do it. Check their schedule out, and they only got a bunch of they got like the 3 divisional games. They have the Rams, which they play today.
Right.
They have the Raiders, right? They got the Chargers.
Okay.
They're
doing the West.
Yeah, they already played the Broncos, right? And then they already played the Seahawks. No, they didn't play the Seahawks yet, so they still got the Seahawks on the schedule.
Okay.
They played the Cardinals already. And who's the other team, NFC? San Francisco. We already played San Francisco. So, I mean, there's Oakland, right? You got Oakland.
Right.
And you maybe got the Seahawks, right? But then your division games, right?
Right.
I think it's possible.
It is.
I think it's very possible. It's still it's a stretch for Panther fans, but hey, it is what it is. But
But even if you just win your division games, you still got a good chance because of what happens in your division.
Absolutely.
To come out.
Right.
We've seen that division come out
Yes.
low.
And then they've been beating each other down. I mean, we saw Atlanta put 41 up on Tampa. Was it on Thursday?
Thursday night.
Yeah, that was on Thursday. So it's the division is crazy, just like your division. Your division is now even though the teams in your division are playing, I think, a little bit more consistently than the NFC South. With the Cowboys, being like pretty much the
6-1.
yeah. I mean, so.
You may hate to say it.
Yeah,
They 6-1.
They 6-1. You know what I mean? And then you got Philadelphia, who
Just know that it was my team that held that L on them. So
right, right.
I'm just all about that.
And then we wait on that rematch too. So we'll see what's going to shake up with that. But the Dallas Cowboys, they running it right now. They're really based on a pretty light schedule. They only had really 2 really hard games so far. I think the Giants game and the Philadelphia game were pretty tough. But everything else has been, they show up, they do what they do, they get out of there with a W, right?
Yeah.
But to see what they're going to do in the East, it's still up in the air. It's still very much up in the air. I think the Dallas Cowboys could start taking a couple missteps anytime now, and the schedule's only going to get a little bit rougher. So eventually they're going to run up into some more tighter competition. But we saw they played the Vikings already. I think they did. They won against the Vikings, right?
Yeah.
So they doing all right. So
Gotta give Dallas credit. They're doing their thing with their little rookie quarterback and running back.
they are. And on the other side of it, man, I'm starting to feel real bad. Like I was in the off season, I was cheering. And I was happy because I was seeing what Marvin Lewis had done with his coaching staff. Jay Gruden goes off to Washington. He's been having some pretty good success there. They won a division last year. However you want to say they won it, right? And so that to me is success. Of course, Mike Zimmer, he's in the conversation for Coach of the Year with his Minnesota Vikings. That they went 5-0 early in the season, and then we got Hugh Jackson out in Cleveland. I don't know. Oh, look who's in the building. Glass will get with his forces in the house. Look at that.
What's up, Glass?
That's pretty good stuff, right? So what you make of because if you look at the coaches that came from under Marvin Lewis. They've been doing pretty decent in the NFL over the last, when did Jay and Zimmer leave? 3 years ago, right? And they've been doing pretty good.
Yeah.
And I know Hugh Jackson landed in a bad place, but is his coaching skills starting to show now? Like, is that what's really going on, or is the team just in such disarray that ain't nothing? As good of a coach as he may be, ain't nothing he can really do.
There's nothing he can really do. There's no talent on that team.
Right.
I mean, you've got, what's his name, Terrell Pryor playing the best on the team.
Yeah.
You've got no quarterback. You've got no real running back.
Yeah.
You've got no defense. I mean, you can't coach talent.
Right. Yeah.
You got to have it or you don't.
But see,
What do they have?
They really ain't got nothing. And I mean,
You bet on RG3, and RG3 does what RG3 does.
Yeah.
He got hurt.
He did. He did.
They got nothing going on.
So I'm just trying to figure out, like, going forward now, just seeing Cleveland's track record and what they've been doing with coaches and quarterbacks over the last 6 to maybe 8 years. I think over the last 10 years, Hugh Jackson got to be maybe like the 7th coach there. And I think they now only like 32nd quarterback or something. You know what I mean?
This is the problem with Cleveland, okay? They don't know how to pick talent.
Right.
They've never had a GM that's coming in and made the right choices. So this year they started the season going off with RG3 and some kind of redemption story. When we see Wentz in Philly lighting it up. Who's picking the talent?
That's I don't know, man. I don't know.
That is the problem. I don't care how good of a coach you are. You've got to have the talent, or you've got to have a dynamic system.
Right. Yeah.
You got to have one or the other.
But see, the issue I got is, like, I'm scared for Marvin Lewis.
My nephew's in the building.
Oh,
What's up, EJ?
Nice. I'm afraid of what's going to happen to him because, they got a track record of not really keeping coaches around that long. And this is a project that he can't fix this in next year's draft. Cleveland ain't got enough money to bring in high-powered free agents in the offseason. This can't be fixed quickly.
No, it cannot.
Right. So I'm afraid, are they going to fire him?
They can't fire him.
Right, okay.
They can't fire him. Nobody else wants that job.
Right, gotcha.
And what's going on there is not his fault.
Right.
If he was terrible, okay, fine, but it's not him. They have no talent.
Right.
They need to find somebody who knows how to get talent,
Right.
acquire it, know what it looks like, something.
Yeah.
That's their main problem.
It's a sad story, man. It is a very sad story, and like I said, I was cheering for Marvin Lewis because I was just looking at the coaching tree he came from and watching the pedigree of the coaches that came from under Marvin Lewis, and like I said, they've all been doing pretty good. And Hugh Jackson is just, he caught the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. He got the short end of the stick.
Tough.
It's crazy. Now, the other thing I wanted to get into real quick is, there's a lot of hype now. Well, I guess there's a lot of hype around the Oakland Raiders going into the season, but there's a lot of hype around them right now.
Right.
And, one of the things that me and the fellows have been talking about over the past couple of weeks is, like, how the Raiders have been winning, right? Their defense is non-existent. Non-existent. But they go into these battles and get into these wars with teams. And I'm talking about teams with, high-powered offenses like, your Atlanta Falcons, your San Diego Chargers, people like that. And they survive.
Well, this is the thing. That kind of offense works this time of year.
Right.
It does. It works this time of year. But when you get to the playoffs, that's not going to work.
Right.
When you have to go and grind a game out, when you can't score 40-something points in the playoffs, that's when defense matters.
Yeah.
And their other problem is they are undisciplined team.
Oh, absolutely.
So when you have 23 penalties in a game, you can't take that to the playoffs.
But
because it's that one play that affects everything.
It does.
And you got these guys with 23 penalties in a game. That is ridiculous.
And that's the other part of the game that I don't understand. If this had happened to, I'm just taking about a year or so ago in the, I think it was the playoff game with the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yes. And Vontaze Burfict and a lot of crazy stuff was happening in that game.
That's right.
And after the aftermath was all about is Marvin Lewis, being letting his team be so undisciplined. And it was a lot of heat coming down on the coaching, on Tomlin and on Marvin Lewis. But after the stuff that we saw the Raiders do last week, now I ain't saying that they were dirty players or nothing like that, but it was just a bunch of loose people being very undisciplined, the encroachment and offsides and face masks and illegal hands and pass interference. you can't do that. But they lost 200 yards in penalties last week, and they still won the game. And everybody said, well, where Jack Del Rio?
Because they can score points.
Right.
That's why, because they can score points. Again, that type of football works well during the regular season.
Yeah.
We saw a Super Bowl with the number one offense and the number one defense, and we know what happened.
That's right.
So, defense travels.
Yeah.
Defense gets you championships. You can have that high-flying offense, but when it gets time to grit and grinding the game out, and you're swarmed and you can't throw the ball, and that's not going to fly.
So you worried about teams like Oakland and Atlanta, which everybody right now got them pretty much headed for a collision course in Super Bowl 51. I can't say it.
Neither one is going to make it to the Super
Right.
Bowl.
Yeah.
Because they don't have a good defense.
Mm-hmm.
Because first of all, New England, as much as I can't stand them, they're going to the Super Bowl again. They're going to the Super Bowl again. You do not want to happen, but there's nobody in that AFC doing anything.
It's really not. Really not. I mean, we got a couple NFC showdowns this week that I think going to turn the tide for a lot of what's going to happen for the rest of the season. We do got the annual classic of Pittsburgh versus Baltimore this week.
Right.
And
Which is not even a classic anymore.
It really ain't. You know what I mean? Yeah,
I don't even know if I want to see that. We don't know who's going to be the quarterback in Pittsburgh.
Right.
It's like,
well, they say Ben Roethlisberger today was a game time decision, so we'll see. And then of course we got the main event tonight, which is the Denver Broncos face off against the Oakland Raiders.
So this is something we're not going to want to hear.
Yeah.
But EJ says Patriots and Cowboys in the Super Bowl.
Oh, that's the worst case scenario.
But
that's the worst. It's the worst case scenario.
Stop time right now. That is what it's looking like.
And that's the worst case scenario. You know what I mean? That is a game that nobody wants to see.
Nobody wants to see that except for New England and Cowboys. Right.
That's awful, man. And I put that thought in my head. Now I can't get it out.
That is the state of football 2016.
Oh, that's horrible.
I'm telling you.
That is horrible. And then let's say that did happen.
Right.
It wouldn't even be a contest. I mean, the Patriots would just destroy the Cowboys.
No, in this case, I'd have to root for the Cowboys.
I would have to too. And as crazy as that sound, right?
God.
But man, it would be a massacre. I mean, it'd be a worse debacle than Super Bowl 50 was. You know what I mean? And Super Bowl 50 was bad. It was bad. Super Bowl 50 was a bad Super Bowl. This would be worse.
Yeah.
This would be worse.
Yeah, that'd be pretty bad.
That would be worse, right? I don't know.
Don't even put that in the air, EJ. Let's pull that back wherever we put that at.
Yeah, that's bad. Anybody with them two teams. Any combination of any other two teams, but just not those two.
Exactly.
That is the absolute worst combination ever. You know what I mean? I would rather see the Cleveland Browns. I'd rather see the Cleveland Browns, versus the worst NFC team, which I think right now is Carolina. But I'd rather see something like that. You know what I mean? I don't know that's rough. That's rough. Okay, so we mentioned the two powerhouse. Well, you said one of them is not really a powerhouse, but we got I think the main event tonight is nice. The 8:00 game with Oakland traveling to Denver. I believe they're going to Denver.
Yes.
That should be a good test of where we are, because I mean and we'll get to that game later. But Denver is kind of having to refine themselves and have repurpose themselves a little bit, and let's see if Oakland can go in there and assert their will like they've been doing all season against a team like that. But we'll see. But on that note, let's get into the picks for the week, right? Okay. And let's see if I can find that.
So while you're finding the picks, let me just let everybody know that last week I was 10-1.
Here we go.
With the picks.
Look at this Sean Parks talking about some kind of the Patriots and Cowboys would be the most hated Super Bowl ever. I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. That would be bad business, dude.
You trying to defer that I was 10-1 on the picks?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I mean, let's get
okay,
back to the fact.
Okay, look.
I was 10-1, and for the season, I'm leading 59-41 to your 48-52. I'm gonna need you to get to 500 before you sit and talk about football.
You at 500?
I'm over 500. 59-41. I'm gonna need you to get to 500, Buck.
All I need is 3 games to get to 500.
I'm gonna need you to get them.
Okay.
I'm gonna need you to get them.
Wait, well, look. Watch how awesome these picks gonna be this week. You know what I'm saying? Watch how awesome these picks gonna be this week, though. You know what I mean? And I don't think we have enough games. Even if let's just say we disagreed on every game.
Right.
I don't think there's enough games this week for me to. Which got me 11 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we got enough games for that.
Yeah, so you got to do baby steps, but just get
I ain't got but 8 weeks left. I'm just saying.
to 500. Do that.
So I need 3 this week, right? Okay, I can get at least 3. We can get at least 3. Hopefully, I can get at least 3. Okay, and it should be easy because look who on the bye. You know, Cincinnati, Arizona, Washington, Chicago, Houston, and them Patriots are on the bye week, so we got to worry about them. So you know, the Bears pick been throwing me off, right? The Cardinals pick been throwing me off. You know, the Bengals been throwing me off. Yeah.
Okay, so all that dead weight is on the bye this week.
They on the bye.
Okay.
I ain't got to worry about struggling with that pick. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to do it.
What you got for me this week?
Okay, let's open it up. All right, we started off with.
Ooh, this is a good game.
And it's another one. Detroit Lions. I don't know, man. You know what? The Vikings at home, but man, like the Vikings have been this like they've been exposed in my opinion. I saw Mike Zimmer at the podium last week trying to act like it wasn't no concern in Minnesota about what's been going on the offensive side of the ball, and now they question his decision to bring Bradford up there. But you know what? I still think the decision was good. I still think Minnesota's a solid team. It's just like Detroit is the one I got questions with. And a part of me right now is saying that Minnesota is ripe for the picking, but they playing at home, and Detroit has been. I don't know. I'm gonna tell you how it's gonna go.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick Minnesota here, right? Okay. Watch today. The Detroit Lions mop them up, and I'm gonna be crying somewhere. What's what happened?
You know what? That is my thing because you can't trust Detroit.
Right.
But I'm picking Detroit.
Oh, look at that. See,
I think Anquan Bolden is going to show out.
Well, he was missing last week, but
I think he's going to show out.
Okay. Here we go. All right. Philadelphia goes up into the.
So you know who I got.
I know who you got, and you know what? I like New York in this game a little bit better than Philadelphia being on the road. Again, Philadelphia they lost a couple games in a row. I've been ever since they bye week, man. I don't know. They can't get it together. I don't know what's happening. I don't know. Like I've seen some teams go into the bye, come back out better. Like Carolina went into the bye, came out better. Other teams went into the bye, came out better. Philadelphia went into the bye and came back out like, who is this? Like, who are these guys? I don't know who they are.
Their defense really got shocked back to earth to me.
Yes.
So I'm going my Giants. I was going my Giants anyway. Even if they were terrible, I do not pick against my Giants.
All right, cool. That's good to know. All right. Okay, here's a good one, right? And this another one.
My boy Ramon is in the building.
Oh, right.
You're going to have to rewind it back because we talked about your Cowboys. So you have to rewind it back.
Well, we got a game to pick for them this week, so that's cool. New York going down to Miami. Miami is still a team that's still questionable in my opinion. Now the last couple outings that I had, they've been doing pretty good. And as much as I can't stand Ryan Tannehill, he's been going back into his role of being a game manager instead of trying to be that superstar quarterback and everything. I still think that the Miami defense is still underwhelming for what it's supposed to be. And I like Todd Bowles' defense in New York. The quarterback position in New York is still the one thing that I would say would be a detractor. It's bad.
And Miami had their running game going. Seems like
they did with Jay Ajayi, man. It came out of nowhere,
Absolutely.
You know what? As much as I look, I've been trying to. I was hoping that coaches like Hugh Jackson and Todd Bowles. I want to see them succeed, man, but. It ain't working. You know what I'm saying? It ain't working. I'm
going Miami. I just think their running game and the uncertainty of the Jets with that quarterback situation is just terrible.
You know what? I'm with you, man. I can't pick the Jets this week, man. Not against a Dolphins team that's. I mean, look, they're not great, but but at least they know who they are. You know what I'm saying?
Run the ball effectively. Yeah. You can 9 times out of 10 you can get a win.
Absolutely. So yeah, I'm going with Miami in this one. I can't stand the Miami Dolphins. Here we go. The Jacksonville Jaguars go out to Arrowhead to face off against Alex Smith and the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, here's the thing, right? The Kansas City Chiefs have not been playing outstanding football. They've been doing enough to get a nice little 5-2 record, though, right? So quiet as kept, they out there doing their business out there in the West, right? Along with people like Oakland and Denver and San Diego. I mean, even though they got they last in the division, they still putting up. They still out there doing it. You know what I mean? So that division is still, I think, gonna come down to the very end. I can't rule, none of them teams, and not even the Chargers. I can't even rule the Chargers. I mean, the Chargers suffered a horrendous loss last week. They should have won that game by all counts. But anyway, it didn't happen. But
I can't trust Jacksonville.
Absolutely not.
Jacksonville is one of those teams that they come out one day and they are like, whoa, are they about to start?
If the game was in England, I would pick Jacksonville. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know what? One of their only 2 wins, they got it in Jacksonville. I mean, they got it in London.
So Ramon says that KC has no running game.
No, because Jamar.
They are desperate.
They're very desperate, but
they still got Alex. They're going to get a win.
And they still got Alex Smith, and Alex Smith is the game changer. Now Glass ain't gonna like me saying that Alex Smith is a game changer. He is a game. Look. If I'm down,
change the game because he'll throw a big.
Look, if I'm going into the end of the 4th quarter and the score is kind of tied up, or I got a chance to win it on a touchdown, and I got a choice between Blake Bortles and Alex Smith, I'm picking Alex Smith.
That's not a game changer. That's semantics.
I'm just saying.
That means that's like Dumb and Dumber.
I'm going with Alex Smith. I'm going with Alex Smith in the clutch.
That's why you're under 500. That right there is why you're under 500.
I'm going with Alex Smith in the clutch.
Alex Smith and clutch shouldn't be in the same.
Alex Smith is clutch. You know what you talking about? Alex Smith. Okay, Glad. Okay. Look, game manager, game changer.
No,
y'all need to get it right. No. Okay.
Game manager.
Listen. Would the Chiefs
Alex Smith
in the
clutch?
Would the Chiefs be 5-2 without Alex Smith?
We don't know.
No, honestly,
we don't know.
They wouldn't be nowhere even in the conversation if it wasn't for Alex Smith.
We don't know that. Alex Smith didn't change those games to win it.
Alex, okay, what he managed them to win them? Is that what he did?
He didn't mess it up, so they were able to win it.
Alex Smith is the man, and y'all gonna recognize that. Alex Smith is clutch. You know what I mean? And I take Alex Smith in the clutch, Glass. You know what I'm saying? You know?
This is why you're under 500.
I'm just saying.
You got KC.
I'm just saying. He's not changing nothing. Look, y'all keep sleeping on Alex, especially you. You know, you're a Denver Broncos fan, and you act like you want to keep on sleeping on Alex Smith. Watch what happens as we get into late December and early January, and you still thinking that Alex Smith ain't ready to do his thing.
Oh
okay. Damn, but this dude got NFC championships under his belt. He's the man. He know how to handle clutch situations.
No.
He do. Dallas. Now listen, this is what I'm saying about Dallas Cowboys having an easy schedule. This is what I mean. You know what I mean? Now, you know, I ain't even gonna run the scenario. I ain't even gonna run it because it's so far fetched it ain't gonna make no sense, right? I ain't even gonna run the scenario because why? Why do it, right? Now, if they inserted Tony Romo into the lineup today, that might give Cleveland a chance to win the game. You know
Listen, as much as you know that I despise Dallas because they're in my division, they are playing awesome football. They really are. And I mean, at this point, there should be even no hint of Tony Romo coming back.
Right, absolutely.
This machine is working well with Dak Prescott, who I happen to really just adore. And I think they need to keep the machine running.
Oh, yeah.
All day.
You know, I believe, after all the talk over the last maybe, 5 weeks or whatever, about Tony Romo, because he's nearing being healthy enough to come back and play. I think they took all that stuff into consideration, and I'm pretty sure the conversation done been had with Tony Romo. I think we passed. I think we can put that conversation to bed.
You think so?
I believe that because the Dallas Cowboys management ain't too bright, right? They've made some really stupid decisions in the past, but they're not gonna do it this time. They got too much of a good thing, and then they've been walking down the yellow brick road the whole entire season. Ain't really had but 2 challenges put in front of them. Why mess it up? Why mess it up? Just like a couple years ago, the playoff berth is being handed to them. Right now, they messed it up last time when they was going into they was like 11 and they finished the season with the highest winning record. I haven't seen them in the last 8 years or so, and they messed it up at the end by gambling on Tony. Gambling with Tony Romo. But I believe that they won't do. I mean, like I said, this ain't even a question. I'm not even going to run a scenario. There's no possible scenario that anybody can show me about how Cleveland is going to beat the Dallas Cowboys in this game. I can't see it.
Okay, so please don't bring that up. Ramon is our resident Dallas fan.
Okay.
He says Romo coming back will kill team chemistry.
Yeah.
And that it's Dak's job. So
yeah, it is. Right. And I mean, Dak, Zeke, Beasley and Dez. I mean, look, they got They got it right now.
They do.
They you know, that
got it.
offensive line. I mean,
They do.
look, they
have
got
the
it clicking.
best offensive line.
They got it clicking.
They
And you know, and bet now this is a time for Jason Garrett to be vocal. If Jerry Jones coming up like, well, you know, Tony Romo is my guy. I would show him the door immediately. You know, I don't care if you can fire me or not. You're not messing up what I got going on right now. You know
I think his son is having a little bit more influence on him with picking things.
Yeah.
You know, in terms of what's going on.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, Dallas ain't cooking. I mean, I'm giving them. I mean, you know, it's hard for me to be giving Atlanta Falcons and the Dallas Cowboys and the New England Patriots props when I hate those teams.
Right.
You know, but it is what it is, right? And this is I said this was the annual Fall Classic. You said it ain't the Fall Classic no more.
This is not a Fall Classic.
Why, you think the Ravens soft?
I think the Ravens are soft.
Yeah.
I think Pittsburgh is weak. I don't see no point to this game.
Ravens are a little bit soft. Ravens are a little bit soft.
Who are these teams?
They not the teams that we get excited for to see this matchup at 2 times a year. It's not really been delivering.
Right.
You know?
This matchup is so lame this year.
Yeah.
That it's like, okay.
Yeah.
And before it used to be like you expect this game to be like 6 and 9.
Oh, absolutely.
And you wanted to see who got hit in the mouth first.
That's right.
And now it's like,
well, you know, all the big punchers from Pittsburgh are gone. All the heavy hitters from Baltimore are gone, and then you know, and you got to realize that we are in this new era of the NFL, new CBA era, where you know we ain't gonna see that kind of football no more. We're just not. You know what I mean? And this was a classic, right? This was a game that we always look forward to, and it's just done been dumbed down and watered down. You know, and honestly,
we need to have a show that we just break down about the CBA.
Okay.
because like the players complain about the CBA.
They signed off on it.
And they signed off.
They signed off on it. Yeah.
Who's your representative? So you get these clean cut, and I know I'm on a tangent, but you get these clean cut guys to go and represent you. Drew Brees and all these dudes
Jeff
who
Saturday.
never have no trouble, who never have any issues with the NFL and whatnot in terms of their behavior or anything that goes on in their world.
Right.
They're the shining stars. You send those guys to go negotiate contracts for you when y'all know good and well Pookie and them gonna get in trouble.
Look though. Here's the thing: you can't have them dudes in that room though. You can't have Dez Bryant and Odell Beckham in that room. You can't bring them in that room, dude. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying that whole CBA is a farce. They need somebody who was gonna really be down to earth. Drew Brees getting paid.
And I understand your point. I understand your point.
Rodgers, they get paid.
Listen, who would you rather have representing the players though? You know, somebody like a Dez Bryant, Odell Beckham, or Drew Brees or Jeff Saturday.
Give me Dez Bryant.
Really?
Yes. Because as crazy as that boy is, he gonna be vocal and let you know where it is.
But see,
now he gonna be there. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that.
I don't know if I can have him in the room representing me.
Nah,
I can't have him in the room representing me. I just wouldn't do it.
Because he gonna make the most ridiculous accusations. They're gonna have to meet somewhere in the middle till you get something real reasonable. This thing right here is not reasonable. You're gonna go and give the devil all control. He already got the pitchfork.
I don't think
now
they got.
You giving him everything
I don't
else.
think they got as much control as you think. You know what I mean? I just think the things that they have control over it's a little bit obvious, right? And there's parts. It's parts that maybe they could have negotiated. We'll do a show about it. We'll do a show about it. You know what I'm saying? And we may even have to bring Glass on that one with us too, because he got a lot of knowledge around that subject and all that. But anyway, back to the Fall Classic, right?
Where are they playing at?
They're playing in Baltimore.
I'm going Baltimore.
Oh man, I can't go Baltimore. I just can't do it. Baltimore has been a little bit of a letdown over the last couple of weeks, man. I think they are still on a losing streak, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
Yeah, I can't roll. They got some bad juju right now. And I don't know what it is. Like, look, they came out there and won them first 3 games, making it look like they were back, to Super Bowl caliber. What was that, 2012? Yeah. And I thought Joe Flacco was super sharp and everything like that. And then, yeah, it did, right? So look, even if we got to go with,
I'm going with Baltimore. They're at home. We don't know who's playing quarterback in Pittsburgh.
Right.
I don't know.
Look at them.
D'Angelo Williams is hurt now. The other guys, Baltimore.
You still got Antonio Brown. You know what I'm saying? You still got that Sammy Coates. You still got, look, they still got them wide receivers in Pittsburgh. So I'm just saying. Okay, here we go.
Nobody to throw to him. What do it matter?
I know, right? Listen, look, I know this is gonna sound crazy coming from me.
You going 49?
If people who know me and done seen me on these shows over the last couple years know, me and Colin Kaepernick didn't see eye to eye. We didn't. I didn't like the old Colin Kaepernick, okay? But I am a supporter, and I stand 100% behind Colin Kaepernick now. I like the new, mature, Afro Black Power Colin Kaepernick. That's my boy right now. And the fact that, he in a situation that's like a little bit of a boiling pot. The coach ain't really feeling him. He done had some discord with and they pretty much trying to, get the most out of him before they show him the door. On the other hand, you know what I mean? I definitely need the New Orleans. If any NFC South team needs to take an L this week, it need to be them. You know why?
See, and this is what happens.
Right.
This is where you go wrong.
They have to. I mean,
you pick based upon what's going on with your Carolina Panthers.
Listen,
don't pick based upon what's going on with Carolina. Carolina is not in this spreadsheet. Pick based upon matchup.
I'm looking at the Saints record, which is 3-4, okay, and I'm looking at my Carolina Panthers record, which is
2-5.
3-5, right?
No, 2-5.
Okay, 2-5.
You had a bye week.
Yeah. So look, we need these guys to lose. That'll put them at 3-5, and that'll put Carolina where? 3-5.
What you
right?
need to do is pick according to this game, because ain't no way that the Saints is losing to the 49ers, because the 49ers can't score enough points to beat the Saints.
And that's true, and it's sad, and I hate that, right? You know what I mean? 49ers ain't gonna be able to do nothing. They at home and everything, right? They tried to run the ball a couple times. Like they were running the ball for the last 2 weeks that Colin Kaepernick been stolen. They've been rushing the ball pretty good. Colin Kaepernick, I think in that first game back, he had like about 100 yards rushing. I think he was close last week, like 80 something. They've been running the ball effectively. They just ain't been. Yeah, you're right. They can't put it in the end zone enough, especially not against a team like this.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But maybe one of them boys that hit Drew Brees in the mouth, right?
No.
Okay, I'm picking the Saints.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Get out of here.
Okay, how about this one? The Carolina Panthers going to L.A. Going back to Cali. Okay, Carolina. Look, they had an awesome showing last week. The opponent last week was an opponent that they played in the NFC Championship game last week.
Look what your man Glass told you.
What?
Come on, kid.
What do you want? What you? Man, ain't nobody talking to you right now. You know what I'm saying?
Help me out, man.
Ain't nobody talking to you right now. But listen. Carolina had an awesome showing out against a team that everybody, I ain't gonna say everybody, but most people thought Carolina was, more likely to lose that game because of, the way that Arizona had been playing. And the way
Arizona was embarrassed last year. I mean, they played their worst football against Carolina.
And the way Carolina had been playing lately as well. So, they definitely wasn't favorites going into that game. Right. I think they got a better chance going up against the Rams. Now, here's
Lori.
Oh,
sorry.
Okay. Yeah. But I think they got a better chance going up against the Rams, even though the Rams been doing some surprising things. Like, they pretty much beat everybody in the division. Pretty much, right? And there's some hardcore teams in that division, right? And so they pretty much done that, and I think that's all they done. But I'm
gonna give Carolina this.
I think they're gonna be good on the road. I think they can go to LA.
I just don't know about the Rams. It's like they pick and choose when they want to come to play.
They do. It's like when they play a division team, they play. But if they ain't playing a division, they don't care. You know what I mean?
Get it. I don't know what's going on.
It's wild, right?
And I don't know how their coach gets to keep their job. That's another topic. Jeff Fisher, just tenure. We
look, man.
That CBA, those two things.
So look, man. See, there you go. You can't blame the CBA for Jeff Fisher now. You can't do that now. Oh, okay.
Those two topics we got.
Okay.
We got
That's some other stuff going on with that. Like you can talk to Cronky and all of them. Them the ones who got that whole situation popping up. But here's the thing. I think the thing I'm kind of I think Carolina will win the game. I'm picking Carolina. But here's the thing. We in L.A., right?
Yeah.
Cam Newton at the podium in L.A. If y'all thought he was the Joker or the Mask last week, I don't even know what he gonna pull out this week. He in L.A. He in Hollywood.
I would love Cam to call me and let me dress him.
He's in Hollywood this week.
He has such a nice stature.
Yeah.
And he looks like a clown every time he goes to the podium. It's a shame that a man with that physique and presence looks like a doggone fool every time.
Look,
the what was it? Tight pants he had on before to this capri leggings.
You gonna lay off my boy up.
What we doing, Cam? What we doing here? And these hats now. He got a hat maker. Cam.
You gonna leave, but look, I'm just saying.
Terrible.
Look for something spectacular this week. He's in Hollywood this week. So look for something good. Okay, Here's another one I think might be a little bit of a snoozer, right? We got Indianapolis Colts going to the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field, which ain't really frozen just yet. Might be getting around that time. It is November. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I see you penciling in the Packers, right?
Absolutely. You know what I'm about here. The Colts are a disaster team.
The Colts are a disaster.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Did that old man retire yet?
Who?
Gore.
No, Gore had a fantastic week last week. You know what I'm saying? What you talking about?
Who was they playing against?
I forget what they were playing against. But you know, but Gore is
They're on the bye week.
Oh, wait, this week before that. Yeah, but Gore ain't going nowhere no time soon, man. That dude, he's trying to break records and stuff, man. You know what I mean? You know. Listen, I'll take Frank Gore over some of these other running backs that we got here in the league now.
Who you picking for this game?
I'm picking the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Now, you know what? When me and Glass and JB was doing the division breakdown over the summer and everything, and this game came up, me and JB, not so much Glass, because Glass been hating on the Tennessee Titans since week 1. But we was excited for this game, right?
Right.
Because I was like, oh, this is good. And then now I've seen that, you know, Marcus Mariota and, you know, DeMarco Murray and, you know, Derrick Henry and, you know, Kendall Wright. I mean, they got, like I said, I say it every week. They got the squad. You know, it's just they don't deliver all the time. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then, you know, San Diego delivers all the time, but just that they have a hard time finishing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now, you know, normally I would look at this game and I would take Tennessee. I think Tennessee would have had a better shot at this one, though, if they were playing in Nashville, right? If they were playing in Tennessee, I would lean a little bit more toward Tennessee. I think Tennessee going to make a nice showing of this game, but I think if we got to gamble, and, you know, if Tennessee is able to match points with San Diego, first of all, it's at the end of the game, I gotta go with P. Rivs, man. I gotta go with the Chargers.
I gotta go with the Chargers too. And then coming off that loss with Denver, I think they're gonna be at home.
Yeah.
They're gonna make a little bit of a statement.
Yeah.
And I just don't 100% trust Tennessee anymore.
Right.
They're up and coming. I just don't know if they're there quite yet.
They got the squad though. They do, man. I mean, they just gotta live up to their potential.
So I'm going Chargers.
All right, here's the last one of the day, right? And this is I think, you know, this was good for this one to be the primetime game, because I think the primetime games for the last couple of weeks been kind of lame. This one is actually really good. Both teams, AFC West, fighting for the lead in the division. Denver Broncos 6-2, going into the black hole. The face off against Derek Carr and them young Raiders, man.
So I will say this right now, Glass, stop your monitor right here. Turn it off. You're not gonna want to hear it. Oakland has this game. And I'm a big, you know, I was like, oh, defense travels, defense travels.
Yeah.
But their quarterback situation was bad, and he's being exposed.
He is, but as Simeon takes a step back, we see C.J. Anderson start to come a little bit forward, and they start to run the ball a little bit more, depend on the running game a little bit more to get the offense cracking in Denver. So that's what I know they've been doing, right?
Right.
You know, so try to take a little pressure off the young quarterback, because, you know, he has been kind of like, you know, he ain't really been playing the best football, okay?
The only thing that concerns me is the fact that Oakland does have that high-powered offense.
Yeah.
And I have the feeling that they're going to get far ahead with too many points, and Denver won't be able to catch up.
Right.
That's my only thing there. I think that they're going to get enough points that Denver won't be able to catch up. Because to me, if you can, and he said CJ is out.
Oh, that's a new in trouble there. You know what I'm saying?
And if you can win a game after scoring 23 penalties, even though the competition is crap.
Yeah. Right.
That still says a lot about what you got
going
on.
It really does.
And you're not going to get 23 penalties every week.
Right.
So just this week, I happen to think that the Raiders come out on top.
Well, now listen. On the flip side of that, you get 23 penalties against your team, and look, any other team in the NFL, if they were playing against a team that had 23 penalties worth 200 yards total, they would have took full advantage of that, right? So I just don't think most teams would blow chances. Like, I mean, 200 yards.
Right.
You know what I mean? Come on, man. Like, and furthermore, I think the Denver secondary is experienced enough to go and, you know, handle Cooper and Crabtree. You know, that's the thing. You got young guys. Well, Crabtree ain't such a young guy, but, you know, you got Cooper, Crabtree, and you got, you know, this Denver secondary that's, you know, they done been there, done that. You know what I mean? They know what's up. You know what I mean? Right?
No doubt.
Right. So and that part kind of scares me a little bit, because Carr like to throw the ball a lot, and I think if the ball goes in the air, it favors Denver secondary.
Okay.
You know, but I feel like I think I think Oakland gonna have to find a different way to get it done. I just don't. I don't think the Oakland blueprint is gonna work in this game. And if it does, it's barely gonna work. You know what I'm saying? It's barely gonna work.
I just see Denver having a hard time scoring points. That's my thing.
Right. And I completely understand that.
That's where I gotta go with the Raiders.
Wow, it's a tough one for me.
Glass is saying Broncos by a field goal.
He's saying Broncos by a field goal. I mean that the game gonna be close. So they're gonna be in a 41-point offensive display by the Oakland Raiders.
Well, okay, I'll give him that.
Okay.
If they can keep them to a low-scoring game, it definitely.
I mean, look. I'm just saying. I hate to bring it up, but they walked into Santa Clara last year, faced off against Cam Newton and a team that put up an average of 38 points a game, and shut them down.
That Denver team is not this Denver team.
Well, okay, I give you that.
I'm just saying that. But
that's what they're known for doing.
Right. But if he's right. I think if they can hold them to a low-scoring game, Denver can win by a field goal. But for my picks, because I need points, I'm going the Raiders.
Well, because I need points and I'm trying to get to 500. All I need is 3, right? All I need is 3. All I need is 3. I'm going Denver, and I hope this don't bite me. I just feel like the Denver experience. I think experience gonna carry them in this game. I know the Raiders are scary. Ain't no doubt about that.
And you're going into the black hole. Yeah. You're not playing this in Mile High.
Right. I just hope that experience can kick in, and they be like, "Listen, fellas, this ain't nothing new. We done faced, better, competition than this before, and let experience carry it, right? And
defense travels.
Absolutely.
But my pick is the Raiders.
Okay. Well, we'll see how it plays out. Anyways, that's gonna be our show for this week. I want to thank everybody who came out and everybody who get up on Sunday mornings to watch us.
A fantastic showing on Facebook today. So thank you everyone who tuned in to watch us rant and rave about our picks.
That's what we do.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's cool. And to have you guys get up to just to watch us, I'm still getting used to it, man. It's weird. You know what I mean? Right? It's weird.
Definitely some love out there.
But anyway, I will be getting set to watch the games, and I'll be live tweeting. And I don't know how live my tweet's gonna be in this early part of the games because my team plays in the afternoon slot this week. So I don't know if I might catch a nap or not. But just look for me on Twitter. I don't know because normally I catch my nap after the Carolina Panthers play.
You have a 4 o'clock game.
We got a 4 o'clock game today, so I might end up catching the nap early. Who knows? Unless it's something good on that's entertaining me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But I will be on Twitter. Follow me at TeamBoydTV on Twitter. You can tweet with me this afternoon. What you got?
I am Vernie B73 on Twitter. Follow me. I will be saying something, I guess.
Right, because your game is a 4 o'clock game too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Anyway, you guys have been awesome like always, and just make sure you catch up with me, Glass, and the hater, professional hater himself, JB, on TeamBoydTV Live tomorrow night, and we'll take what me and Vernie B set up today, and we'll break it down tomorrow night. And that's the way it rolls, and we'll catch y'all next time. You guys have been awesome. We'll see y'all. Peace.